Celestial Praise Ministries, a virtual non-denominational ministry serving all people of all faiths everywhere. Featuring Bishop Phil Willis. Brought to you by Jeff Sounds Productions. For all your professional voiceover needs, from voicemail greetings and music on hold to radio and television commercials, see the voices heard around the world at www.jeffsounds.com. Now, here's Bishop Phil Willis.
Where you came from, you don't know how you got here, you don't know why you're here. You know there's black folks in France. It's a shame. I told them last night at home, it's a shame. You don't know about your culture. You don't know nothing about where you came. You just thought it was a big bang, and here you showed up. And you've been banging ever since. No, boo. Your ancestors fought, bled, died almost like Jesus. Don't know who Dr. King was. Don't know what he did for a living. Civil rights wasn't his living. That's not what he did for a living. No, we did this at home a few times. This is Black History Month. I've been in the schools. I've taught it. Children didn't know. They didn't know who Malcolm X was. They didn't know what he did. They didn't know who Rosa Parks was. And there's others. Those aren't just the only ones. But when you don't know the prominent ones, you have to know where you came from in order to get where you're going. Every trip has to have a point of origin. In other words, a point A where you start. And a point B where you're going to stop. Your destination. No wonder you're confused. This is one of the most confused generations I've ever seen. Because they don't know nothing. Don't believe what somebody else tell you. Those are opinions. And opinions are not always facts. Facts are truth. Good or bad facts, they're still the truth. Because that is what it is. Opinions are not always facts. You know what they say about opinions? They're like booty holes. Everybody got one. Oh, come on now, you know how Bishop is. Come on. I'll break it down for you. Those of you that claim that you're black, we were talking at home last night. Next thing I know is late. I'm falling asleep. I told him when my generation die off, when we're gone, we're the last one to know a lot of things that y'all will probably never even read about in the history book. Yeah. Somebody put something or tweeted me or inboxed me something this week. I forgot. It was something real silly, but it was true. A little older person talking about what this generation think black history is. Michael Jordan, that ain't black history. We were talking at home last night. These cats didn't know what a lynching was. I had told them about, I remember going into restaurants and the public places and seeing the white section and the colored section. I was just a child. I didn't understand why. I could never get a straight answer. That's why you need to know for yourself. Don't take somebody else's word for something. We're going to pray and go home, but you're going to learn today. Didn't understand. I came from Missouri. Father came here 1963. My whole world changed. I was a little boy. My whole world changed. You got to know where you came from. You got to know how you got here, so you can figure out where in the hell you're going. This generation, you know why you're frustrated? The doctors say that this generation, I'm talking to you, boo. I'm talking to all y'all. And if the old folks would log off, I'd break it down so you really understand it in your language. That I can speak it clear. My Holy Ghost work like that. The medical profession say this generation, yeah, you, is the most stressed, most frustrated, most anxiety-ridden generation to ever be alive. Do you know why? It's frustrating when you listen to folk talk and they use words you don't know what the hell they mean. Why don't you go to school? Amen. It's frustrating when you can't count money, when you don't know how many pennies in a dollar, how many singles in a C note. You know what a C note is? No. I didn't think so. You know what a sawbuck is? What's a deuce and a quarter? They don't know. They're frustrated because they don't have any knowledge. On top of knowledge, after you get your knowledge, then you got to wait for age to catch up with you, because age will bring wisdom. Wisdom is the gasoline that drives the car named knowledge. I know you're not trying to hear it, but it's the truth anyhow. It ain't going to change when you get through talking and cussing and throwing a hissy fit and a sissy fit and whatever it is. Throw yourself in the floor and roll up in a rug and bounce off the kitchen cabinets and whatever else you all do, and all that shaking and shivering, you know. It ain't nothing going to change. That's why we got a generation out here, the only thing they're interested in is getting some guns. You know, it'd be one thing if you just wanted to fire off a gun up in the air and shoot some birds out the sky. But you lame, goofy sons of bitches want to be going and shooting people coming out of schools that went under a canopy to get away from the rain and killed this 15-year-old girl. She just left school, was in Washington, D.C., and played for the inauguration. Now she's dead because some goofy dropout from school, and somebody going to talk. Do you know that it went from $4,000 this morning on the news? It's $40,000. The lady they interviewed this morning over where the girl used to live on the block, she said, you know what, we done gone from $4,000 reward to this morning $40,000. She said, somebody gonna talk. The chief of police said, we're gonna keep raising it until somebody talk. We're gonna raise it till they talk. This generation is sexually frustrated. You don't know what your sexuality is. You don't know if you're gay, straight, bisexual, down low, a femme butch, a butch femme. You don't know what you is. Well, a stud, a dud, you don't know. You know what a dud is a firecracker that don't blow off right. We got a lot of them walking around. They misfiring, they hitting on 2 cylinders instead of 8. I'm pastoring you. Come on, Pastor. You understand what I'm saying? I know we over time, you don't like it, log off the computer and go roll a joint, do whatever it is you folks do that ain't on nothing. Right. But I'm helping somebody. This is more important than me fixing computers all week. This is more important than me fixing organs and pianos all week. That just pays my bill.